Have you ever asked yourself, why don't I know my passion yet? Or better still, what is my passion? What if the problem isn't that you don't know your passion, but you misunderstood your passion? Hello, welcome to another episode of Living Without Borders with Emmanuel. And today we'll be looking at your passion. What is passion? You may have misunderstood your passion. In this channel, we talk about entrepreneurship, personal development, and particularly how you can craft a business from your passion. We've been talking and encouraging people to go into entrepreneurship while you're earning your salary, while you're earning your paycheck, have a business of your own. And that is what this channel is all about. How you can build a business from your passion. By the way, what is passion? Most people expect passion to come from, come like something like fireworks, bling, 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 or certainty, or probably confidence, right? But passion usually starts quietly as an interest. Yes, an interest, something that interests you. It also comes as a problem that needs to be solved. Probably a situation you have passed through, a circumstance you have passed through, a bitter experience you've had, and you need a solution. And now you found solution and you don't want some other person to pass through similar experience. It could also come from deep thinking, something you keep thinking about, something you keep wondering about, and you're like, this problem, is there no solution to it? And in trying to figure it out, you begin to develop interest in that particular problem. And then you start, kind of experimenting or trying to find answers. And in finding answers, a passion is born. So passion is not far-fetched. It can come in various forms. Before now, there is a myth that, oh, passion is something that you have to it has to consume the whole of you. Or, oh, passion it has to be something that's like a hobby. Passion is different from hobby. Hobby is something you like doing, just for fun. But passion is deeper than that. It could be something that gives you sleepless nights, a situation, a state of being, something you are frowning at, either because of actions of others or inaction of others. And in frowning at it, you begin to find a solution to it. Okay. I've told us, I keep talking about using myself as a case study, how my passion, I've said it before, without as in several times, is helping people discover their passion, what they have passion for. Not just discovering their passion, but developing their passion. Not just developing their passion, but helping them scale a business out of their passion. Why? How did this come to be? Yes, I'm coming from a background of well and highly educated lady who thought that, or who was taught to believe that education is the key to success, right? Then I spent all my years in life going to school, acquiring certificates. I have LLB, law, as Bachelor of Laws. I have BL, that's Barrister of Law, meaning I'm called to bar, the Nigerian bar. That's about almost 20 years ago, 19 years ago. I have postgraduate diploma in shipping and transport management. And just recently, I acquired a certificate program in human resource management. This one is as of interest because I know that as my passion grows, as my business grows, I'm going to be relating with people. I'm going to be building a large team, and I need that background of human resource management. So when I was studying to become a lawyer and eventually I became a lawyer, I never thought something could drift me out of my law profession, right? But again, there was that unfulfillment. And then with all I faced sex discrimination, I faced state of origin discrimination, I faced all manner of discrimination trying to get a white collar job so that I can put my education to use. And what that did for me was it forced me into entrepreneurship. And I started my own chambers just 2 years after being called to bar. I incorporated my law firm, Noella and Associate, and I started practicing as a private practitioner after being disappointed by systems, right? So that was my number one, how passion for entrepreneurship developed. But then, still in the midst of practicing my law, I didn't feel that fulfillment as a person. Then, along the line, I was introduced into network marketing, multi-level marketing. There, I learned how to do presentation, speaking, coaching, and I built a large team of successful business owners. And that was when it started making sense. Because at that point, I decide how much I want to earn. I work with my team. Everybody, we give ourselves target and said, by the end of the month, this is where we want to be. By this month, this is where we want to be. We set target, and I tell you, we achieve all our targets. Before my very eyes, I saw my team grow so large that a lot of undergraduates, uneducated people, build a team under my mentorship, qualified for brand new cars they don't have to buy with their money, right? Qualified for different international trips. Dubai was one of them. My team and I traveled to Dubai. So I saw a lot of miracles that, we never thought possible. So you see how my experiences from rejection, from discrimination, from almost frustration led into something more beautiful. But again, something also happened. Some of the network marketing company I was marketing then, due to improper management by the company, they had issues and then the company collapsed. So that is now system. Me building my business based on someone else's system who probably didn't have a plan of longevity or what to do. So that forced me, took me back to square one. But then I enjoyed the life I saw. The international trips, I've been to Dubai twice. My first vacation in America was because I found myself in the industry of network marketing. Achieved things I never, I know they were possible though, but I wasn't expecting it that fast, right? So that is how I found myself having interest in human capacity building, entrepreneurship, personal development, because my encounter in network marketing brought out the giant in me and I started developing myself. I spent a whole lot of money on personal development Some year I spent as much as $10,000 to $12,000 minimum in a year on personal development because I know that is an investment on my person. So that is how I found myself. Then, as if that was not enough, a few years back I moved into the US and I got a job, paycheck. I found myself for the very first time because I've been self-employed all my life. So for the very first time, I saw myself in the paycheck arena, salary arena, But it was fun because earning in dollars compared to the exchange rate from my country. But again, I saw I saw a whole lot of as in limitations that I frowned at. For you to earn anything reasonable in a month, in a week, you have to work yourself out, meaning that you have to slave your body for 40 to 60 hours. That may not even fetch you up to $1,000 after the taxes are taken off and many things are taken off. And again, I asked myself, is this the life you want to live? A life where somebody places a cap on how much you can earn because you're exchanging your time for money. Is that the life I really want to live? That was a wake-up call. Still, I was working. I haven't fully woken up until the day I sustained internal injury because I didn't fall down. I was just walking. But standing for 10 hours, man, a day, that is suicidal. But that is what American job is all about. You stand for 10 hours, then have like 15 minutes break in between twice, but you stand. So the long hours of standing, you're stressing your bones, your back, your waist, and all that. In due time, it will come knocking on your door in form of arthritis, in form of leg pain, in form of sciatica, in form of so many things. So I told myself, this is not where I want to be. And I started developing my passion, which is speaking, coaching, presenting, mentoring. And as a result of that, I've written my first book. As we speak, I'm writing my second and my third book. So I am an author as a result of saying yes to the dreams in my heart, as a result of discovering my passion, as a result of developing my passion, as a result of working on myself day and night, because I am passionate about human capacity building. I'm passionate about personal development. So you can start today. It's never too late. My message will always be, what is your passion? Discover your passion, develop your passion, scale it into a profitable business. When the chips are down, it is that passion that will help you. Don't depend on paycheck for the rest of your life. I beg you, please. I beg you. Discover what your passion is. If you're finding it difficult, then watch out for my book that is soon to be launched, Discovering and Validating Your Passion. It tells you everything you need to know about your passion, how to discover it, what passion is, what it is not. And it comes with a workbook that you can fill in trying to discover your passion. As much as you can, discover what your passion is. Passion is something that's the reason for your existence, your purpose in life. Then you take it further by developing it and scaling it into a business. That is what all we do in this channel, talk about your personal and entrepreneurial development, particularly in the area of developing your passion. So, like I said, passion is not far-fetched. It's not like some magic. It's not like some fireworks. Oh, I have to be confident. I have to be this. I have to be that. No. Just look at the experiences you've had in life. Look at the pain you've had, skills you have acquired, even as a result of working in that institution or establishment where you're working. Now, most people confuse their passion because it's not clear. And because it is not clear, they postpone it or they say, oh, I'm not sure. See, clarity comes when you have taken the first step. It doesn't just happen. But first, you have to start the journey on how you can discover your passion, first of all. When you have discovered your passion, the next thing is, how do I develop my passion? I've discovered my passion. I've been developing my passion. And as a result of developing my passion, I have just landed a TEDx talk. In a few months' time, I'll be giving a talk on TEDx. And guess what the topic is going to be? Definitely, it's going to revolve around passion, entrepreneurship, personal development, because this is what gives me joy, to help people understand that they have greatness in them, to help people understand that beneath that pain, beneath those midnight tears, beneath those fears and confusions and frustrations lies a gold mine waiting to be tapped. All they need is somebody to help them. And that is why I'm here, to help you walk that way with you, hold you by the hand, and together we walk until we get to the top. Remember, clarity doesn't come as a result of fear or certainty. It doesn't come before movement. Rather, clarity comes as a result of movement, as a result of action. The more movement you take, the more action you take, the more the picture becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. So, if you're confused about your passion, then don't panic. You are closer than you think. Just subscribe to this channel, like my channel, so you get notified anytime we post our educating video on how you can discover, develop, and validate your passion.